Dan, thanks for joining us on Total Rugby. I mean, first off, how's the last 12 months been for you?
It's been pretty good, to be honest. There's obviously a bit of disappointment last year and having such a serious injury in the middle of the World Cup, that after getting over the disappointment I really wanted to make the most of the next 12 months and try and get some return to form and be back playing in the All Black jersey, because when you have a serious injury you're never too sure if you're going to be able to do that or not. So I've been happy with the success we've had this year with the All Blacks, and found a bit of form at various stages of the season, and to be part of such a strong All Black side is it's been great.
You've been part of the All Blacks since 2003. Where does this All Black side rate in terms of all-time greats that you've played in?
I think it'd be right up there, to be honest. To have such a successful year off the back of what happened last year, I think that really adds to what we've achieved this year. Normally World Cup winning sides have a pretty slow following year, but that was a real focus for us to play better and improve our game and be even a better side than we were last year, and I think we've done that this year. We've had our challenges, but we've stepped up to those challenges. A lot of new faces have come into the side, and it's just a great balance, and it's a great side to be part of.
Now obviously you've had a change of coach, Steve Hansen taking over from Graham Henry. How's that transition been?
Yeah, it's been great. For guys that have been in the squad for a while, the coaching trio under Graham Henry was a fantastic coaching staff, and learned a lot from those guys, and obviously Steve was a part of that coaching group, but now he's taken on the head coaching role and got a couple of new guys, and Ozzy McLean and Ian Foster, who I work pretty closely with, in charge of the attack and the backs, and he's brought some real freshness to the side, and we're really enjoying the environment, and it's led by Steve, who he's been fantastic.
Now for us observers, I guess what makes your side so great is you always seem to make the right decision in attack. Is that something that's sort of trained into you, or is that something when you're growing up that you just look to do, speed of thought and execution?
Oh, I think it's a bit of both. You grow up just throwing the ball around, so there's a bit of natural flair in most sort of Kiwi rugby players, and then at this level you can't just throw the ball around and expect to score tries, so there's got to add a little bit of structure and discipline around that as well. So it's a balance of the both, but when we get opportunities we want to make the most of them, and if there's space we want to attack it, and we all back our skills to be able to do whatever it takes to get over the line.
And in your experience, is that something which a new team can just do, or does that take time to develop?
I think it takes a bit of time to develop, but it just means you got to work hard, and you can teach skills on players, and a lot has to do with the combinations as well, working closely with the guys around you so they know what you're thinking and know what you like to do, so you can feed off one another.
Now obviously 2011 was a fantastic year for the All Blacks, but how difficult was it for you personally?
It was a pretty challenging year. 2011 obviously was really looking forward to the World Cup at home and being a part of that, and I was still part of that and enjoyed the World Cup. Obviously didn't go as smoothly as I would have liked, so there was some mixed emotions there. Come the World Cup final, I would have loved to be out there and be a part of it. That was my dream. That's what I wanted to do. But because of my groin injury, I had to sit in the stands and watch that. But I was just so proud of the team. I know how hard they'd worked for that and the pressure that they were under. So to be able to finally sort of lift the World Cup again after so long in front of our home people was a huge moment, and just so very proud of the boys. But at the same time, I would have given up anything to be out there on the field at that moment.
And would you say you were more nervous watching it than you would have been if you were playing in it?
Yeah, I was 10 times more nervous watching it. I'm not a good watcher of the game. I prefer to be out there playing. That's where I feel I have my control. So having to sit there and watch it and having no sense of control was a tough experience for me, but they did the job.
And the desire to, win the World Cup, is that what fueled you to sign a new deal through to the next one?
No, it wasn't, to be honest. Obviously, I'm really enjoying playing my rugby in New Zealand at the moment, and renegotiated a new contract, which has worked out pretty well. So I have a bit of flexibility in that. If I want to stay in New Zealand, then I can, which is great to know. But obviously, if things change, I have a bit of flexibility, which is good. I'm just concentrating more on sort of short-term goals and not looking too far into the future.
The next 12 months, what's that going to see for Dan Carter?
I haven't looked too far ahead of this season. I'm just going to enjoy the break. Enjoy the New Zealand summer and then refocus and hopefully there's going to be some similar success to what we had this year. Obviously, what drives me is to put on the black jersey, and to do that, I have to be playing well, so I have to continue to improve my skills. There's a lot of competition around at the moment, which is great. So working hard, getting back in the black jersey and playing well for my country.